So there's an old song that that says, "Experience is a good teacher. It takes someone like me to know." So let's talk about this. Experience is a great teacher. Experience is an amazing teacher. Experience is probably, I would argue to say, the best teacher. And the reason why is because when you experience something for yourself, you have a knowing and a understanding for that thing unlike no other. People can tell you all day long. They can try to teach you all day long, but you really don't understand the nuances of it until you actually experience it. I can give you directions to a place and say, okay, so you keep going straight for 3 miles, and once you get to the fork in the road, then you want to take a left and then a quick right. Okay, I can tell you that. I can write it down for you, and I can call you while you're on your way and still tell you. But the little nuances of at the fork of the road, you're going to take a left and then a quick right, you may forget that. So once you get there, actually in the fork of the road, then you know it's something that you need to pay attention to, but you may not quite remember that you take a left and then a quick right. You may just take a left. Okay, we're going to try to pick back up where I left off at. Okay, so I was talking about being in the fork of the road and following the directions of taking the left and then a quick right. Okay, so until you're actually in that fork, um, at the moment where you need to remember to take a left and then a quick right, then you may not quite remember or like understand the turns or whatever, um, until after you do it. So I like to think of understanding as you don't quite fully understand. You don't know what you understand until after the fact. So when you reflect on it after the thing has happened, then you can understand. So after it happened, then you understand why you needed to, take a left and then a quick right and all that. Those good things. Another example would be like you experiencing the Lord for yourself, you experiencing the Holy Spirit. Somebody can tell you, we can read in the Bible about how it happened, this, that, and the third, but until it actually happens to you, until you receive a miracle in your life, until you experience the Holy Spirit move on your heart and in your life, then you will not have an understanding for it. You know what the rhetoric, you know what the movements of it should look like, but you won't quite understand it until you actually go through it. Therefore, when you go through it, you can let the next person know, and this is when your testimony comes. This is what a testimony is all about. A testimony is you telling someone about your experience. So this is why testimonies are golden. Testimonies are key in life in general, because you are giving someone else a blueprint of what they don't have to go through or what overcoming actually looks like. You are telling somebody how to overcome. So your testimony is someone else's blueprint. Your testimony is showing someone the road that they don't have to go down. But if they still choose, because we do have a thing called free will, if they choose to go down that road, it will probably end you up in this position. But know that the Lord gives you renewed grace. So with that grace and with his mercy, he can also perform miracles, and this would happen. This could happen. So that's what your testimony is. And that's why your experience is such a good teacher. Because if you did not experience that thing, then you would not have the understanding of it to give a testimony such as yours. You wouldn't have the understanding to know that you need to tell somebody this particular thing, otherwise they would know it. That only comes with experience. So don't take for granted your experiences. Don't take for granted the good ones. Don't take for granted the bad ones. Because they're all for a reason, and that reason is so we can gift someone else with our testimony. Your testimony is a gift. So don't take your testimony for granted. Don't take those experiences for granted, because experience is the best